I'm finding a lot of the relationships I have now with existing retailers or distributors initiated from RangeMe. So I wouldn't say RangeMe is not necessarily the place to close a deal, although it's happened. I mean, we have messaged with some smaller stores and they have ordered that way. I see it as it moves like a cold lead into a warm lead, right? And it starts to build that relationship. When I log in, I love there's a column and it's in the insight section, and it shows you how someone came to your profile. Was it based on a search? Was it a targeted search, or was it just general browsing, or was it because you're in a specific collection? And so now we're showing up in some like trending hot collections and like a sustainability collection. We all want to know, as much insights as we can without paying extra, whether it's our consumer. But I think brands often overlook like retailer insights, what are they looking for? Because they're often they sometimes know our consumers better than we do. And they're often looking for what's really trending with their consumer insights in the store. I can't stand the word patience. But I mean, it's really our sense of time, I think, is just warped. Like, I think, especially for science CPG founders, like it's like you give birth this baby, this product, you think everyone's going to love it. It's going to fly off the shelf. Like they're just going to see it and know. And so that's kind of a rude awakening, like realizing the sales cycle in this business, especially grocery. We're just starting to get into food service, but grocery is tough. And with the calendar reviews with chains, it's usually once a year, maybe twice. Sometimes you'll get a cut in, but do you really want the cut in? And then sometimes I suppose they'll reach out to you if they, really, really already know you and want what you have. But yeah, in general, I think it's a long time. Personally, I think faith, whether someone's religious or not, like some kind of faith is so important to stay alive in this business.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like, I've just turned it over. I'm like, I'm not in charge of that account. Like when it happens, it happens. They know who we are. We submit when it comes up, and it will happen when the time is right. And so I do believe that in a lot of accounts, and not to rush it too much, because I know in the beginning, like we do want to rush it. We want to go into all the stores, but there's so much education, like so much learning we have to do along the way. And I think it's better to make the mistakes, which we are going to make on a smaller scale, before we just, go into like Sprouts National. If RangeMe is our first touch, like we may not even know for sure with all the accounts that have come out of it. I think the ideal scenario, if we can, is like make that initial contact on RangeMe. Definitely reach out when you see buyers looking at your profile. And then if you can meet them in person, do it, because it's fresh in their mind. It seems like they're probably looking, they know who you are, and that's a great time to meet in person.